All right, the computer is saying the computer recording has started. Let's hit continue here. Welcome back, everybody. Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. I am NitePHX. We are doing the Nevada bush trips. We are currently working on leg 6. There are 25 legs total. So we are leaving that airport that was just there on 3Q0. 0 was. It's a grass strip. We're going to be leaving from here and going to the next airport on the journey, on the trip. Let's see where that is. So let's go outside here, move this over to here. We're good here. Zoom out a bit. Well, that's going a lot west. Okay, this looks familiar. So we are going from 3Q0 to KHTH. That's this one here. So from Minna Airport, you'll take off and head northwest, traveling a short distance to reach Luning, another small town on a bend in the road. Okay, well, I don't even see a road. Turn these on, turn the ISO line map lines on, that way we can see. It doesn't look like there's any type of elevation change here. As you come up here, these lines are going to indicate elevation change. So where we are here on 3Q0, flying around here, we're not crossing any lines. Okay, so that's good. So we need to be heading approximately 319 degrees for 8.48 nautical miles, which there's no way to really tell. All right, so we're going to hit N, we're going to hit V. Going to zoom out a bit. Okay, let's give ourselves 1 notch of flaps. Our fuel looks good. Got a couple of people sitting there on the runway, or I'm not quite sure where that is. So we're supposed to be heading 319. We were heading actually 318. So let's take off, keep her straight. Easier said than done. And up we go. I have a feeling those two are at the this T-Killer Monsoon. I saw them out here before. Just messing with the trim here. I can't. There we go. I can't trim and talk at the same time. I'll put the flaps back up. I always like to give it some positive trim before I get rid of the flaps. Okay, flaps are retracted. Going to get rid of that positive trim now that we got some airspeed up. I really don't want to be climbing. I don't think I have to. If I'm looking at the VFR map with the ISO lines on. I mean, obviously we want some altitude, but right now we're probably about 600 feet. I believe we were at 4,400. Anyways, this Span Rumble and the other guy who's up there, I saw them before, so they're flying the same leg of the Nevada bush trip. We keep crossing paths here. least that's what it appears to be. The default plane when you select this trip is this Savage Cub. You don't have any options. This is the plane you will be flying for the bush trip. Now, I can see this guy here is in a Savage. If he looks at me, that's what he's going to see. He's going to see my name and SAVG. So, there's a real good chance that he is flying this bush trip. He looks like he may be further along than I thought, because his name's disappearing behind the hill here. Hill, mountain, I don't know what they're going to call it. Alright, so let's take a look here. Alright, from Mini Airport you'll take off and head northwest, traveling a short distance to reach Luning, another small town on the bend in the road. So have we come across any small towns yet? You just get yourself set up and stuff, and you're kind of like, oh wow, did I miss a town? Maybe. I'm going to say that there's a bend in the road up here. Let's see, Sky Traveler 2941. I wonder why it's sometimes, like the guys in front of me and to the left, Span Rumble, it shows what type of plane he's flying and his altitude. Where the one over here on the right, Sky Traveler, it doesn't. Alright, so we are looking for a bend in the road where there's going to be a town. Looks like there might be a town there. And that looks like a bend in the road. So, traveling a short distance to reach Luning, another small town on a bend in the road. So if that is it, let's take a look at the next bit of information here. Oh, only two. Okay, this will be a nice easy one, I guess, I hope. So, Hawthorne Airport thus begins a relatively long haul west following Highway 95 to Hawthorne, Nevada, the seat of Mineral County. Hawthorne calls itself America's patriotic home, complete with the world's largest army ammunition depot. But it's also home to a municipal airport where you'll land to complete this leg of your journey. Okay, so we're just about to go over what must be Luning. Let's get rid of that for a moment and take a gander. You know, and I don't know why I just thought of this. As many times as I've flown these now. And maybe because it's coming up on 6 p.m. here. Looking down at that town, there's no golden arches. There are no McDonald's down there. How you call yourself an American town? What do they call themselves there? No, just a small town in the bend of the road. Okay, so I'm going to eventually turn here. We're just going to follow the road. It's going to turn us west. And it says a relatively long haul west. Following Highway 95, that's this, to Hawthorne, Nevada, the seat of Mineral County. Hawthorne calls itself America's patriotic home. I wonder why. Complete with the world's largest armory ammunition depot. It's also home to a municipal airport where you'll land to complete this leg of your journey. So I wonder if the ammo depot is open to the public, which I could certainly do some business there. Seeing as how I can't find ammo anywhere else. So, if we assume up is north. So this runway You can almost see the number there, but I can't. So I'm going to say this is running east-southeast to north-northwest. So maybe that would be 90 degrees, maybe 100 degrees. It could be runway 10. Just trying to give me an idea. And I'm going to be coming from this direction, so I'm heading west. Once I do find this, how to orient myself. These look like they're all taxiways down here. Okay. So I think we're good here. We just kind of keep following the highway here. That's not the highway. The highway's over there, I think. Or is that water? That certainly does not look like the highway. Oh, there's the truck. So that is the highway. They look like they're going to converge anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Not that I need to fly right overhead. Oh yeah, we are on Lake 6. Why all of a sudden it decided to start banking to the right? I don't know. So I'm going to say we've made this turn. This is where we're heading, KHTH. We can see, you see this basically pass through the mountains here. I would say is going to be this area here. You wouldn't see that if you didn't have the ISO lines on. So it's just, you know, it's always a good idea, in my head anyway, to know where you're at. Alright, we got a Gladiator, T. Keller Monsoon. Okay, that's the guy who's with the, someone else, Span Rumbler. They're both doing the Savage Cub Bush Trip, Nevada. Get a lot of stutters here today for some reason. I don't know why. I did upgrade my internet last weekend, was it? So I have Cox internet. COX, Cox cable. Keeps wanting to drift on me. And I did have 200 down, 10 up service. So I did an online chat with them. Because why not? So okay, what can you do for me? For a deal. I want to get your Gigablast. So I ended up, I had to go out and buy a new modem, of course, because the old one wouldn't support the speeds. So now I have, my download speed is right at around 900. I've seen it just below 9 and just above 9. My download speed. My upload speed went from 10 to 30 megabits up, which would be nice if it was symmetrical, you know, a gig down and a gig up, but that doesn't happen out here for some reason. Well, community, or who knows, I don't know, it's not even a community, it's just somebody's business. Can't even really tell. Mining operation. Like highways, a truck stuck on a highway there. And another one. Looks like they've been run over and flattened. And it did. I don't think it was my thumb unconsciously rolling me to the right, but something did. For some reason we're climbing again. We've picked up a little extra speed, which a little extra speed gives us a little bit more climb. So I've flown this plane enough where I'm not bad at landing it. I'm not so worried about failing any of these legs due to my flying, but due to the unknown, I have actually failed. I'm on leg 6. I failed 3 times so far. Not this leg, but coming along 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 times I nose planted on the ground, on the runway, landing, hit the brakes to slow down, and just tipped over on its nose. And the last time I actually ran out of fuel mid-flight. And there is a key combination in the game on your keyboard that you can refuel your plane no matter where you are, mid-flight. I did. I ran out of fuel. The engine shut off. I refueled mid-flight, turned the engine back on, continued the flight, landed, and the game remembered, oh, you ran out of fuel, so we're not going to count this one. Mission failed. Okay. So we flew it again. That's where we just took off from. Alright, so Gladiator, Killer Monsoon. So I do believe, let's bring this up and see if they give us any type of, this is not interactive. You can't zoom in and out on that map. I can't see where the highway may or may not be in relation. So it just gets you to Army Ammunition Depot. So it's getting us into this area. See, I've actually flown this once before, maybe even twice before. I think my brother, we flew it together, and he crashed, nose planted a couple of times. So we flew it over, and I still can't remember exactly where that airstrip is. I think it's somewhere in front of me. Well, it's obviously somewhere in front of me. I should be able to start. There's the lights. Maybe you can't see them. I can see them right here. Okay, so let's, what do we do here? Start cutting some engine power. So that wasn't too bad. Found it relatively easily. Is that right? Relatively easy. There's another slight little pause or stutter. Oh, and that's why I started to mention about my new internet. 900 down. It's loading terrain or anything? I don't know. That's what causing the stutters. Okay, what do we want to do here? me get a bit low. I want to put on some flaps. Get some flaps. We need to slow down. Okay, now I can see the orientation of the runway. Why does that look like it's sloped? And I think I see it. That's not the runway. Wow, those lights were very deceiving. Because that is a sloped, I don't know, is it a taxiway maybe? I don't know if I'm going to be able to make this or not. It's not too bad. I'm not too far off. Not too high. This is a long... Let's get this engine killed. Got full flaps. Alright, we got the engine completely cut. It's a nice long runway, so plenty of time to stop here. We're just going to tap the brake button, because I know if I hold it for more than a second, it's just going to nose plant. Once it starts, once that tail lifts up, there's no stopping it. Even though you let off the brakes, it will not stop. And there's just no way to... Yeah, I'm keeping the flaps deployed. Just I need as much drag as I can get to stop this thing. Okay, that should do it. Leg completed. Bush trip, Nevada, leg 6 is in the books. All right, obviously the next one's going to be leg 7. I don't know if we flew that one. I think this may be where we ended. So that's probably going to be it for now. I think we're caught up. My brother Gregos and I were playing online and doing these together. And I think this is as far as we got. So the next ones I will record as multiplayer with both of us in here and see how that works out. So until next time, leg 7, have a good night, good day. We'll see you again.